I didn't think it was that bad. What's up, everybody? Jahi, Wood, and Corey here from Fatherhood
right
Forward.
into
This
it.
is episode 7. Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
learned
Selm.
that from you. I learned that from you, Corey. Sometimes you just gotta go.
You just
It's
gotta
a
go,
natural
man.
flow.
Jump off the porch.
You know what I mean? So what's up, y'all? It's a pleasure to be back here for episode 7, man. And
Yes,
we're
sir.
here.
Tapped in.
We're back.
Let
and all that.
me see, bro. I see you shining.
Yes, sir. I'm working that thing on, man.
Yes, you mean what I'm saying?
Sir.
But what's up, yeah?
Gang songs.
Yo, chill. I just, no gang signs. I'm not gang affiliated here. But what's
It's the
up,
Ross
fellas,
gang.
man? How
It's the
y'all
Ross
doing?
gang. That's an official
The
gang
Ross
right
gang.
there, bro.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Freaking
I
right.
aspire to be where you at.
Yeah, off the record,
Hey.
I've been doing that Rick Ross dance all weekend.
What?
That nigga run their
Hey,
place.
yo. Hey, yo.
But now let's get it. What we on today? What we talking about today, man? What's the topic?
Well, we are talking about the 2-parent household, but before we go into that, we spoke about last episode that going into this one that I would be married by the time we got to this next episode, and I'm finally married, man. Shout out to my amazing wife, Brianna, and my family. I love everybody. Love y'all for the support and everything.
Congratulations to the Rosses. Give it up for the Rosses.
The Rosses.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. So yeah, that was amazing to speak shortly about it. It was amazing. I almost cried. The day went well. It rained as soon as we got to the church before we said our vows, and then when we came out, it was bright, sunny. It was kind of crazy.
That's hard.
That's life. You know what I mean?
That's
God's
hard.
speaking to y'all, man.
Yeah,
It may rain one day, but as long as y'all stay together, side by side, when y'all walk out, the sun will come out.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
That's deep.
Absolutely right. So yeah, so we're back, man. Like we said, episode 7, and so that piggybacking off of me just being married, we kind of, and us being fathers and how we run things in our household, we pretty much have a we have a 2-parent household for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
trying to keep it that way.
So that's the. Give me 1 second, cause I got some dogs in my background. Y'all hear
Yeah, I
them?
heard them dogs.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Man.
I can't do no pets.
Oh my god, I got kids on kids in this joint. Bro.
Yeah, because a pet is another kid in essence.
That's why my dog had to go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
And I think my kid, Sincere, he would like a dog. I don't know about Saint just yet, but Sincere would like
It
a
ain't
dog.
time
We ain't
yet.
doing it. No, we're not doing that.
It
Maybe
ain't
My
time
kids
yet.
only know dogs.
Oh,
You
God.
can't even say that, bro, because my stepdaughter acted like she wanted a dog, and when that dog got in her, the dog was just in there.
My boys ain't getting no dog till they can help me take care of the dog. Because I know Stephanie ain't with it. She don't even like animals like that. She like them from afar. But
It's gonna turn into a chore. It's gonna turn into a chore.
extra work
And they
that I
not gonna
gotta
want to
do.
do it.
Yo, and they never really grow up. They never fully
No.
grow up. Like kids, they grow up, they can wipe their behinds eventually, stuff like that. You steadily caring for a dog, and I love my dog, so I appreciate him. You know what I mean? We had an intruder try to came past the neighborhood, stole my neighbor's car. The dude actually tried our back door. Of course, the back door was locked. My dogs was like on go from the door. So, hey man, they have their perks. It was like 2 a.m. too, but shout out to the dogs. It's pros and cons, I guess.
Shout out to Roscoe and Kareem, man. What's your dog's name?
That's your dog.
Legend and Logan.
Roscoe and
He said
Kareem is crazy.
Roscoe and Kareem is a nasty word.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It was given hard ER.
Hardy R is crazy. Hey, yo.
Don't mind me, man. Don't mind me.
That boy said Hardy R. All right, so into the topic of 2-parent household, right? What is like? Obviously, this is significant to have the 2-parent household. Growing up in it, I think we all had different experiences growing up. So eventually, throughout the episode, we'll get into talk about it and to talk about how we're parenting under the 2-parent household. What y'all got to say about it? The significance.
I mean, before we even get into the significance, because we know how important it is, you know what I mean, obviously, but, you know what I mean, this just came to my mind. Y'all think it's any drawbacks to a two-parent household?
Coming from a child's point of view or a parent point of view?
Either way.
It's gonna be drawbacks either way. I
Yeah.
This me speaking from the dad point of view. I know it'll be certain shit like my girl don't feel like repeating herself or feel like enforcing the rules all the time in this joint because, like I said, she repeat herself a lot. You feel me? Whereas though I come through, I don't give a fuck. I say what I need to say 100 times over if I need to say it. You feel me? So I know I'll be drawing on my kids. You feel me? But I just want them to be good listeners and good kids, follow directions.
Good luck with that too.
Cause I say some shit. It's more so for my stepdaughter though, cause she 8, so she about to be 8. I think she about to be 8. Yeah, so she like in that stage where she been in the rules. She ain't really breaking them. But then when stepdad come through with the little
that foot down.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You feel me? A little.
Let me tighten up.
All them tight joints.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess it's drawbacks from a kid point of view, yeah.
Grand scheme of things, I don't know if it's a drawback. It all depends on how the household is ran, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the reason I asked that though, because obviously we come across people that's not in, you know what I mean, two-parent households as adults, like them being a parent. But like, you know what I mean, I definitely talk to people like, oh, my kid's going away for the weekend. They going with their dad. Like, man, I wish I could say that, but I want to do something with their mom. Like, so it don't really work like that. Like, I can't go drop them off. You know what I mean? They with us. So it's just like I feel like the time factor. Yeah, being a full-time thing, and like I know it's probably like it's mentally draining on people that's not in a two-parent household, but like we in it every day. Like it's mentally draining on both sides. I feel like where you know what I mean, you got the toddlers that don't listen. We in their face every day. Whereas like somebody that ain't with their kid every day, they got to deal with the mental aspect of not seeing their kid every day. So it's taxing on both sides. I feel like.
I feel like when you that weekend parent or that every other weekend parent, you know what I mean? Like you getting, I feel like you getting the short end of the stick because that kid coming in with whatever rules that the other parent is enforcing. You feel me?
That's true too.
And what that parent enforce, you might enforce 10 times more. You know what I mean? So if they coming in a little loose leg, doing what the fuck they want, thinking they can say and do what they want. You know what I mean? I just thank God I ain't going through that shit, man.
Yeah, it's like and I ain't in it, but I would imagine it's like you're gonna try to get that tightened up in that little weekend, but I mean, as soon as they go back to
it's over. It's over. And that's just speaking from experience. You feel me? Me as a kid, like I go to my dad, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I ain't gonna say I did what I wanted when I was at my dad's crib, but I did what I wanted.
So, but that just goes back to it being the significance of the two-parent household is that it's easier to be on the same page and keep the kid on the same page. Like, it's definitely easier to stand in that unified, like, you know what I mean, stance.
Yeah.
That ain't well. In Wood's perspective, Wood, you had a two-parent household for a good deal, and then eventually your parents split.
Probably like half of my childhood, up to like 8, up to like 8 or 9. Yeah.
Did you see any drawbacks like in your mom's parenting style when your father left?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I said it on the episode before. Like I can't really remember how my mom and dad interacted in the house together. You know what I mean? I just know when it was all good, it was all good. You know what I mean? Like my mom did what she had to do to try to keep my dad happy. But when my pop left, bro, like I didn't have time with my mom. You feel me? Like me and my sister didn't really spend no time with my mom like that. She working 6 to 3, sometimes 7 to 4, 8 to 5. It might be a late night, little 9 o'clock night. I work that second job she was working or whatever. But she coming in cooking dinner, cook dinner right to that room. You feel me? Like ain't checking the homework, none of that shit. You feel me? Granted, we was smart kids. Me and my sister was smart ass kids. You feel me? We ain't had no problem in school or nothing like that, but My mom just came home and did what she had to do for her kids and got up out of there. It was like that depression. Now that I'm older, I know it was depression. You know what I mean? But as a kid, you're not really paying that no mind. You just know that's what mom do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
she was
that's good.
like more hands off after my pop left.
I don't know. I don't know if I got vivid experiences after my mom and her first husband got divorced and they split. Kind of a real, kind of a traumatic situation for me. As I think back, I don't know about like when I was going through it. I feel like I was a troubled kid a little bit, you know what I mean? And I just didn't understand where the frustrations came from. And that doesn't really speak to how my mom parented me. It's maybe just the reaction of knowing that the house was uneasy. You know what I mean?
You can feel that though.
So
Feel that 100%.
as a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Something ain't right.
so yeah, I really can't remember, but I think the biggest thing is that my mom for so long was like she didn't bring anybody around. I feel like I picked up the more emotional side, just having that parent there every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I necessarily just being raised by women. We feel like women are more emotional, men are more they say logical or like analytical, whatever it is. I definitely feel like it took me a while to kind of like channel in on my emotions because I didn't get the balance of the two.
Yeah. And it take a while even as adults for us to kind of channel them emotions. It's like that just reminded me of like what Wood was telling me, like I think it was last episode where he said like what I mean you coming home, you got a bad day at work, what I mean you gotta get yourself in order to you don't want to bring that energy to your kids. What I mean it's very easy to do that because like we just said you feel that in the house. So like our energy what I mean transfers so easily whether we know it or not to the entire house. And I feel like now as an adult, like I kind of give my parents grace, primarily like my mom because like I was closer to my mom than my stepdad. But like just knowing that all right at the time I'm not thinking about their outside life, what I mean their outside other factors that they had stressing them out whether they told us about it or not even to this day. But like I know that they was there because that's just like how life worked now that I'm an adult. But as a kid we don't think about that as our parents, and that's not our job to do that because I don't even want our kids to what I mean know what stresses us out later down the line once they get older. But it's like you kind of grow to see them in a different light and actually appreciate that they was able to like what I mean power through that, and they still here to this day, man. Because man, this shit get hard. We only
crazy.
2 years in this shit.
That's crazy that you say that, bro. Because now like all that, man, it's thundering and shit.
Yeah.
All that like checking yourself at the door type shit before you walk in the house. Now that's probably really what my mom was doing, bro. She knew. Maybe my mom works at State Farm, bro. She's been a claim rep at State Farm for my whole life. So when you dealing with these people,
my Comcast.
You dealing with these people over the phone and they cussing you the fuck out over X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? She got to deal with that shit. Come home to her broken home. You know what I mean? Still be the mom that she needs to be, and we expect her to be mom when she come home, regardless of what the fuck happens outside of her. You feel
Fact.
me? What
like I said, we
you gotta
kids,
be
we
mom.
not thinking about that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta be mom. So in her mind, I guess it was on some tight time. Like she didn't want that to rub off on us, bro. So she did what she had to do. Come home, and it was over after that. Bro, now that I'm grown, I understand that shit. It make like 10 times more sense because I didn't understand.
Shout out to our moms, man. Shout out to our moms. They're strong, man.
I
Big shout out to our moms. Well, we kind of lost ourselves in the conversation.
We did. We got in. We
potting though. We potting.
Yeah, no, we are potting, but we have to maintain flow. Somebody got to maintain order in this piece. So just going back into the significance, we all shared our pieces, our tidbits, so we obviously know it's very significant to have both parents in the household, and how that might trickle down to everybody in the household. So we spoke to that. We spoke on the negative or how it may, affect the kids per se. But what is the benefits? It got to be some benefits now.
I
Yeah,
think
it was
like more so like I said earlier, when you got the two parents in the household, if a problem arises within the kid or you start identifying things within the kid, y'all can be to like talk about it together. It ain't no
oh,
A
like
yeah.
one
team,
person
yeah.
deciding like in the moment. And even if it is, y'all still are right there to witness what's happening and kind of
Right.
quickly adjust versus like I gotta wait until the weekend to see the kid and see, you know what I mean, what's going
See what's
on. And then I
going
gotta
on.
try
Right.
to adjust it because I ain't know all this was going on. But I even think like even like, and again, I'm not in the situation to really speak about it, but if like a good co-parenting situation could be y'all keep that line of communication open to where,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean, I'm in the loop if I'm the co-parent outside of the house, like keep me in the loop at all times, and you know what I mean, we could still be on the same page. But I know when the
Yeah.
relationship ends, that's easier said than done. So I just think that one of the greatest benefits is just being on the same page, but don't let that fall out so easily just because y'all not in the same crib, man.
Shit, to
It's very
even
important.
piggyback off of that,
Absolutely.
what you said, bro. It's like my kids got different attitudes and they come with like different issues and they handle situations differently to where one parent might got the answer to the situation that the other one
Mm-hmm.
don't have. You know what I mean? And it could be nipped in the bud right then and there. You ain't got, like
Mm-hmm.
you said, bro. You ain't gotta wait till the weekend. Like if my daughter comes to me with an issue and maybe she done came with me with 50 issues that day, and now 51 might be the icing on the cake for me to snap the fuck out because
Yeah.
she been drawing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's time to go to mommy because you overpowering, you overdoing it on daddy right now. So go holler at your mom real quick. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that's, I ain't gonna lie, I use that button a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
but
I
it's,
press that
that's a
button a lot.
benefit to it though, because even
Yeah,
though, like I said, like we may not get a break, like a little, like all right, they going to their mom house for the weekend, but we do get them in the
yeah,
moments, like all right,
yeah.
I'm
In
getting
the moment
overwhelmed.
breaks.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
mom, step in, handle this because if I don't step out, I'm gonna end up smacking somebody. So like, you know what I mean, it's it's cool. It's
He
cool
meant
that we
that. He
got,
meant that, yo.
You
but
really
you know.
get like that.
It
Oh,
do, man.
shit.
Especially with these toddlers, bro. Oh my god, this little boy think he know more than me. But, but you get them in the moment breaks. Whereas, like, if you was just doing it on your own, ain't nobody to step in for you. You can't desert the kid. Like, you gotta
You
still, you know
gotta
what I mean,
you
be
gotta have the
attentive.
answers.
You gotta have the answers. Somebody gotta have the
Got to.
answers for them, and they looking to you for the answers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to think what was better than that, like having just somebody to fall on when you need just that break, that minute, that moment. You know what I mean? Or like
Mm-hmm.
even coming together as like a team. And I don't think there's no two greater than that. Besides being and exemplifying like a real role. So your kids get to understand like what love is or what respect is or
Right.
what
Mm-hmm.
teamwork looks like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cuz I think that was one thing going into about to be married or being married. I always questioned like, damn, I never really had that example in front of me to the point where it was so consistent how or to know what it looked like to be a husband. You know what I mean? It
Right.
Right.
was I was
Right.
always stuck on the thought of what it looked like instead of just exemplifying
And even
to the best of my ability.
even outside of just being a husband, like, you know, I mean, I just thought about this as you were saying it. Like, we are not only their parents, but we are their examples every day of how other people
No.
interact. You know what I mean? Just people
Yeah.
in
Mm-hmm.
general. Like, they get to see
Yeah.
mom and dad interacting with each other, how they interact, and like I said before in previous episodes, everything that a kid says, they heard it before. Everything that the
They
kids
heard before.
do, they seen it done. So like we're a
Right.
constant example for them in every single thing that we do, whether we realize it or not. Not even
That's
just
a
being
fact.
mom and dad, you know what I mean, husband and wife, like just being people. So, you know what I mean, we just gotta be conscious of that. I'm trying to, you know what I mean, be more conscious of that. Especially like, you know what I mean, the more that we talk about it, I take all that stuff outside of this and just try to, you know what I mean, implement it. It don't happen overnight though, but I'm a work
And
in progress, man.
and on top of all that, man, they just getting to see how men's supposed to interact with women. Our
Mm-hmm.
kids is like smaller at this point, so
Yeah.
so them getting that early example, you know what I mean, of how even Corey in your situation where you got boys, so
Yeah.
they really paying attention. Corey, I mean, Jahi, your son paying attention right now too, early as possible.
For
Your son
sure.
only one, or he only one, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
won. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they just seeing how we supposed to treat our women, you know what I mean? And my girls, they ain't got nothing. They don't see nothing but the utmost respect come from me towards their mom, you know what I mean? Because like, bro, I wasn't prepared for girls. Like, and I didn't get on topic, bro. Like, I wasn't prepared for this, you know what I mean? So, like I couldn't imagine a young boy disrespecting one of my daughters, you know what I mean? Because they don't see their mom get disrespected. So.
That's something that I pride myself on, man. Like,
so, yeah, you shouldn't.
No matter how it go, like with me and Stephanie, like if we was a split, God forbid we do, like I pride myself on treating her with the utmost respect, especially in front of them, because I'd be damned if they out here later in life, you know what I mean, disrespecting women, because your dad don't carry like that. Why you acting like that? Like I ain't teach you to be like that. Like
man, even if they
I'm
do,
not trying
if
to
they
put
do,
some fuck niggas out in this world.
Even if they do, like not even in just your situation, if my daughters decide to deal, because us as men, we know we all got sisters. You know what I mean? We know it's niggas out here that ain't treating them with the utmost respect. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Even whether they seen it or not. We say that shit all the time on the pod. Like, you got good examples and you got bad examples. It's all about how you take it. You know what I mean? So, I lost track a little bit, but it's all about what you endure in life, man. What you willing to put up with. Because I just hope, pray to God. We got time.
We got a long time.
God. We do got some time.
I pray to God that my daughters don't settle for that shit, bro. Because this is way better shit out here. And if they do, if this decide to settle, or Corey and Jahid, if y'all sons do decide to, God forbid, treat women in a wrongful way, we can say that we didn't put that in them. We didn't instill that factor inside of our children, bro. So they didn't get that from us. Now, I mean, we did the best that we could do as parents. So
I'm gonna sit sincere and say down. Hey, go back and listen to episode 7 of Fatherhood Forward, man. Stop playing with me out here, yo. You got me out here looking crazy, yo.
That's a fact. So, all right, damn. All right, now we cooking with grease, fellas. This is good. All right. So, we talked about some of the challenges before, right? Or I guess of the separation of the two parents. But like, what is the immediate impact on children? Maybe before, like, having both parents. So I know y'all want me to talk more, but I ain't really have my dad there. I had a stepfather, and my stepfather was only there till like maybe 3rd or 4th grade. So it's like I don't know if I got a good sense of the 2-parent household, right?
Yeah.
I remember some of I remember a lot of the negative things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that shit stands out more than the positive shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I can't. I sit here and tell you all the time that my pop wasn't no horrible pop. You know what I mean? But all the bad shit, I'll never forget. Like, I'll never forget that shit, bro. Like, as long as I live, I won't forget the negative shit.
They say, like, if you let's say you fall down and get a scar, they say you'll never forget how you got that scar. Like, no matter, you know what I mean, what happens when you look at it, you can remember what happened, where you was at. It just, unfortunately, that's just how life works.
Yo, speaking of a fucking scar, I don't even be cussing like that. This for
emphasis. That's why I laughed. Yo, I know this shit had to be grinding your gears. Talk to me, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of a fucking scar, man, like, yo, I really don't fuck with Popeyes, dog. I fucking hate Popeyes. Long story short,
Popeyes is my first job, man.
I hate everything. What DMX say about Drake? I hate the way the nigga talk. I hate the way the nigga walk. Nigga, I hate the buskets. I said buskets. I hate the biscuits. Nigga, I hate chicken. Nigga, I hate
damn
the chicken sandwich, nigga.
I used to bless the way with Popeyes, man. Shout out to the whole Chadwick that used to get them Popeyes shits that used to come on.
Hey, yo.
Damn.
The correlation, right? My mom's ex-husband used to work at Popeyes, and we always had some Popeyes in the refrigerator. Like, reheating Popeyes is really trash if you don't have an air fryer today.
That's a bad job.
20 years ago. So it's just like every time I smell Popeyes or like I see it, I'm rewinded to speak to what Will was saying about just like having been like trigger trauma, whatever. Like, yeah, bro, that's something that sticks to me because the way him and my mom kind of like ended, like he was a drug addict and stuff, so it didn't end well, man. I hate Popeyes.
That smell in the air take you back to that time.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kind
definitely
of,
been there.
kind of like the first time you ever heard like a song, like certain music put you back in a certain place. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's kind of the same deal. So obviously, we say the negative sticks with children the most, but what about you, Corey? Do you feel like what was the impact for you? Like, you think you're like performance or your mental stability or like your grades maybe, like you think anything would have been different
I don't know if
growing up?
my grades would have been different, but like I definitely think like seeing my mom and my stepdad, like it definitely did shape me in ways that I'm just now realizing. Just from like having like one little like quick little therapy session like me and Stephanie did, and the lady had asked me a question as far as like why don't I like you know what I mean arguing, like why does that like throw me off, and I don't like confrontation and shit like that. Because I feel like when I did see it as a kid within my mom and stepdad, like I mean, granted they still here today and they got through it, but like it would be times where it would be like, man, it seemed like they not gonna get through it, and that would affect me. And like hearing it, I don't even want to come out my room when I hear the shit. Like it just throw the whole house off. Now because y'all is going at it and you know what I mean not talking. Now I feel like I can't talk to nobody in the crib, and it's like it get to a point now where I'm still you know what I mean working on that within myself. But when I get to arguing, I feel like I can't talk to nobody in the crib. Like I don't want to talk to nobody in the crib. So it's like
yeah,
it did like you know what I mean have an impact on me that I'm just now realizing, and now I'm trying to be conscious of that. As far as like I mean I know my kids are still small, but later down the line, like now that I'm learning this early within myself,
it's
like
gonna
maybe I
affect
can
them. You
kind of
already know.
yeah maybe I can kind of re-steer that ship and like you know what I mean stay conscious of that and you know what I mean keep that away from them.
Bro, what's crazy is I just thought of this as soon as you was talking, bro. Like while you was talking, it hit my brain. Like my pop used to come home late night, like on some weird shit, leaving a bar or something. I'll be up. Like I can't name a time where I wasn't up. Like I just knew my pop wasn't home. I knew something wasn't right. You know what I mean? My mom up, big nudie smell. You know what I mean? He come in the crib, my mom snapping. He like, man, my son up. I remember this shit vividly. My son up, I ain't trying to argue. My son up, I ain't trying to argue. They had dip. Cause my mom wouldn't stop like getting on his ass. But like, that's the type nigga I am right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, granted, I ain't coming home late night or nothing. But once me and my girl get to arguing, I need space.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
get it.
I need to go on my own, and I need to recoup on my own. I need to get away from that setting at that point in time. You know what I mean? So
and it's
I
just
don't know if that's trickles down from that, but
it probably do though.
Got to.
It probably
got
do though.
to,
For
you know
real,
what I mean?
like
It got to,
like
bro.
we
So,
just
like,
saying before, like everything that the kids do, they done seen it done. Whether
yeah,
we can like pinpoint to that, like something happened for us to be able to for us to be this way.
for that to
And
be our decision.
for that to be the way that we kind of I don't even want to say cope because it's not a good coping mechanism, but like and the way that we think we doing it, we think we coping,
Right.
and it's just something that we got to work on. But I mean that's what happens when you know what I mean the two parents is in front of the kids.
Yeah.
A two-parent household,
You
like
picking
you
up
said,
something from somebody.
Exactly.
You picking up traits from both of your parents, whether you know it or not. You picking up them traits. Like I think Corey said something on our tips, John, like how you act like your dad. You ain't even met, like you feel me. You don't even know your dad like that. Like your mom is telling you that type shit.
Facts. It's all in us. Shit. Like our parents is in us, and then when we see it, it like almost like light up a light bulb inside of us. Like, oh, now I got that ability to do it. It's been inside of you, but now you've seen it done. Now you can emulate it like subconsciously.
All right, so that's okay. So let's talk about this. I think when my parents separated, right? Just speaking to effects on the children. Like I said, I was probably like a more frustrated child. I never really was like super like good academically, but like even when when they first divorced, like that was the first year I went to summer school. I had hit a kid in the back of the head with a book that school year. Like
was angry.
I was I was a upset little kid.
Like
you know what I
I'm
mean?
laughing, but I understand though, because that stuff has an effect on you, bro. Like
a paperback
I struggled,
that was a hard
a math John. A fifth grade
picture.
math book. You know that John was about here, bro. We only had books at one point in time. Like
thick ass book. He had one of them books where
that's what I'm, bro.
the teacher
it's
opened
about
it up. His name
or
signed
six
off in the
of them.
front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fact. Everybody, you gotta check it off at the end of the year. Like this, yeah, I felt like I was troubled the most, and I don't know, man. Just thinking back to it, like damn. What, you ain't have none of them like experiences? What you was about to ask, Corey? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that it makes sense though, bro, because like, bro, like especially like when you older, like granted again, like our kids young, I hope that we all stay with our women, you know what I mean, for eternity. But if that was to happen, it's not gonna have that same effect on them because they so young. But when like in your instance, because you're older and you've seen them together, like now your home that you thought was this way, I mean, it's changing like so fast, like with the snap in our eyes. We didn't see it kind of festering because we didn't know that was the possibility as a kid. But then once it do happen, bro, that's a big change for you to happen, like for you to experience. You know what I mean? You got to continue on being a kid while you still going through your own personal changes. It makes sense that you felt the way, and you don't really, as a kid, you don't really know how to talk about it or like even cope with it. Nah, instead you throwing a book at the nigga head, like just because the nigga just looked at you wrong that day. Probably.
I ain't
like,
throw it, bro. It's a baseball. I remember the situation. Yo, shout out my boy Tyler Peeney. Tyler, I love you, bro. I
fuck with Tyler Peeney.
Yeah, man. He had right now.
Yeah, probably. Yo, bro had said something. This is my first year at PS, and I said, "Yo, don't say that again, my boy." He said whatever he said.
That's funny as hell, bro. Bro, your fifth grade. That's your year I met you too. You was an angry kid, bro. Your face
was an angry kid.
You talking about was Jahi? I ain't gonna hold you. My man's turned down a little bit, but when I met Jahi, my boy was on 15, fuck 10,
bro.
My boy was a high head. I'm talking about, man, we can talk about that's a whole nother. We could have a whole nother episode. We could have an episode on when we first met, bro. Like, I really got unlimited. Both of y'all niggas, I got unlimited stories.
Nah, we definitely got like. We gonna have to have a bonus episode, where,
bro. This nigga Jahi was gotta not be a smiling. Like in fifth grade, when I came across this nigga was angry. But I know
nothing funny.
Nothing was funny. Nothing was funny.
So maybe that goes into it. So like I asked Will before Corey chimed in. Like would Dream have no effects like that? Like nothing that was like
bro, only cause I had like not to flex or nothing, but I had big tunnel vision, bro. I thought I was going to the league until I got to like 10th grade. You know what I mean? I'm the best athlete that I know. Okay. You feel me? Growing up, so like I didn't care about none of that shit. I ain't gonna say I didn't care about it, but it affected me.
You was a lot older during the separation.
That's what I was about to ask. How old was you though?
Okay.
I was like 10 years old, like 10, 11.
Okay.
I'm thinking it was like high school.
I thought he was like high school too. That's
So a little background. My mom and dad got married when I was 2. Mm-hmm. They separated when I was like 9, 10. Then I got to high school. They got back together.
Okay.
For a year.
Okay.
And then that's when they divorced officially. Like after that year.
But he was still in your life though.
Yeah, like, that's when the every other weekend shit started.
Okay.
You know
I think that's what. Yeah, that means
that's a difference though. That's definitely a difference.
And he went on his little after they separated that first time, he went on this little run in the streets and all that other shit. You know what I mean? So even when I was there, he wasn't really there. You know what I mean? We in a crib with whoever his girlfriend was at the time. You know what I mean? So I ain't had no crazy effects from him growing up in my mind because I had a vision. I was on a mission. You know what I mean? Like I was on a real mission, bro. I was on a real mission.
I mean, it's crazy to even see though. Like I definitely can see the difference because, like you said, Jahi, you saying like once your mom and your dad got a divorce, you wasn't seeing him after that. Am I right?
Nah, and it's actually my sister's dad. Nah, I seen him, but man, he was on drugs and shit, man. It wasn't like I got to spend time with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I probably didn't need to.
Talk about this a little bit though, bro. Like if you comfortable with it, he was around y'all while he was doing that shit. Like he was like,
nah.
See, my pop used to disappear. Like he'd be in the crib,
yeah. I feel like that's drug addict behavior.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't never remember him being around and like super blazed. Like he did like hard drugs, bro. He was like on heroin and shit. Even to this day, like I can't really see people. Like when you see people out on the street bent over like Kensington and all that, it makes my stomach sour because I know what that level of drugs did to my family growing up. You know what I mean? Like at one point I called him my father, so
that's
to
heavy.
see, like I was calling him dad. He actually used to cut my hair. He cut my hair when I was young, man, just growing up, and then he would just disappear, man. He'd be gone for a week at a time, then come back, and we'd be fake family, I guess, and then he'd leave again. And I'm like, I remember this, you know what I mean? So yeah, he was definitely in and out. He was definitely in and out.
That shit is traumatic, bro. Some people deal with that shit in the worst way. You know what I mean? Like that could drive your kids to drugs at a young age. Not at no 10, 11 years old, but you got a 16, 17-year-old and they saying you been on drugs your whole life. That shit trickle down too, man.
Shit, especially in today's world where that shit's so easily accessible.
What?
Man, I hope anybody that's listening, you know what I mean, that's a co-parent, I hope y'all, you know what I mean, taking everything in consideration. History has a way of repeating itself, and you know what I mean, us putting this information about, you know what I mean, the things that we done been through, we are giving everybody the opportunity to not have to go through this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you seeing us talk about this as adults, so you now seeing the effects that the kids don't know that they being affected by. We couldn't talk to this as kids, and your kids ain't gonna be able to talk to you about this if they going through that with you. So I say that to say, you know what I mean, just we got to keep the kids in mind, man. Got to keep the kids in mind with everything we do.
I definitely, and since we're talking about like that, like drugs is one thing, but like me and Brianna was watching something on, I forget whatever we was watching, but this kid, and he basically he had a brother. It was mom, dad, full family of 4, right? The dad was abusive with one son. The younger son always took care of the dad. The dad was a drunk. One day, the dad punches the older son. The older son leaves the house. The little brother says, "Yo, where are you going? You leaving?" Older brother says he's leaving, and the younger brother said, "I have to take care of dad." He goes back to live with his dad, so they split. You know what I mean? Eventually, one thing turned to another. The dad was drinking one day, in a rage, hit the son. Son runs in his room, and the son puts his headphones on. The dad is drunk that night. He's drinking, goes he tries to go in the room, knock on the door to get to his son, the youngest son, and the youngest son has the headphones on, so he never goes to the door. Doesn't hear anything. Falls asleep. The dad turns away from the door, takes 2 steps, busts his head open, dies. The son don't find him till the next morning. When the son finds him, it's a bottle of liquor next to him. The son look around, and obviously he's in shambles because he's just found his dad dead. What does he do?
Pick that bottle right out then.
Pick that bottle up and he drank. And I'm talking about
my fault.
This kid.
You gotta be to bust your head the fuck open.
He got it, yo. But you
It's crazy.
can you imagine how
That's
many
crazy.
like that shit really probably happens, bro?
No, you're saying that ain't funny, but that's fucked up. Like,
It's crazy.
I've been
You
drunk
gotta
a
be
whole lot of
bent.
time. I've been drunk a whole lot of time, bro.
I've been drunk a whole lot of times.
He tried to open the door with his head.
You been white boy wasted. I've been white boy wasted a few
Bro.
times.
But white boy wasted consists
bro.
of getting carried.
It's
I
me
ain't
you
busting
talking
my
to.
head over. First of all, look at me, can't put pictures up here. Bubbles was Bubbles. We gonna leave Corey.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. We talking to me. Y'all done helped me plenty of nights.
No, Dell State parties. So we ain't gotta
yeah, that too. We ain't gotta go to Bubbles.
Yeah,
so
man.
I feel like,
that's crazy.
I feel like stuff like that is probably the worst impact on kids, because in this situation, that kid will grow up to be the drunk just like his dad. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be super intentional about what they seeing day by day. I guess when you that for that shit, it don't even matter though.
Yeah, when you going, you going.
Yeah, it come down to suppression too, man. Like, to where you feel like you ain't got no other choice and you just doing what you've seen being done. You know what I mean? Like, and you got to suppress them emotions and I mean, I know it's a movie, but if that was to happen in real life, like, that's a traumatic experience. And it happening right in front of your eyes. Yeah. And you know what I mean? You know, your dad used to drink. I mean, for real, the kid in a instance like that, they probably feel a little bit more connected to their dad by drinking, because they know that's what they used to do, not knowing how that's really going to hinder them and really fuck them up. So, you know what I mean? We gotta watch what we're showing our kids, man.
Damn.
You know,
so when I
about, like, when they, my fault,
you good.
When it comes to like being raised in a 2-parent household, like the difference in how me and my siblings was raised, like how they look at, how my brothers look at my pop, or even how my sister and my dad are not biological. That's my sister's stepdad. My dad raised my sister since she was like 6 months or some shit. You know what I mean? So just like the different levels of I would say, I guess that's parenthood at the end of the day. Like how they look at how we was raised so much differently than I look at it. You know what I mean? Because we all 4 different people.
That's a
shit
fact.
was crazy.
Did I tell y'all that like probably like the first episode, my dad, he got other kids. Like
oh shit, you told us that?
I don't. Maybe I did.
You didn't tell us that.
Maybe I did. Yeah, my dad got other kids.
Other siblings, nigga.
Yeah, I don't really talk to him, but I tell you, like it just tied back to like what you were saying. Like he got like 2 younger sons. By now they probably like, if I'm 29, they probably like 12 the oldest maybe, and then like 12 and like 9.
Shit.
So like you know what I mean, he would want me to, like, you know what I mean, they know about me, I know about them, but them being younger, they would ask about me, and he would be like, you know what I mean, your brother, he you know what I mean, he doing his own thing. But
fuck,
like
nigga.
he would want me to talk to them, but that just go back, your point just like brought me back to remembering like what I always told, you know what I mean, my mama, why I don't reach out to them is because like they may have a perception of their dad, which is the one thing that we got in common is our dad, and my perception of him is totally different. I don't want to taint your perception of him, especially because you live with him. That, for all I know, he could be Superman to you, and that's totally fine.
They stay with him?
Yeah, they live with him.
So, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
But no, I mean, it just tied back to that. Like, I don't want to taint your perception of him, so that's why, like, our common ground is him.
Like,
go ahead.
Do you feel like you are you still a big brother though? Like, I ain't gonna hold you like me and this is fatherhood forward. You got my brothers. You feel me?
For sure.
My girl and her siblings go through the same shit, but she like 9 years older than all her siblings or some shit. You know what I mean? She might got one. She got a sister that's close in age and a brother that's close in age too. But they was looking for her to be a big sister, but she was going through the same shit that they was going through. You know what I mean? Just at a different stage in life. So they know they got a big sister. All they know is, well, she don't come around or she don't talk to us and X, Y, and Z. But in reality, motherfucker, she a kid just like y'all. Right. When your situation is just a little different, bro. Like they your brothers at the end of the day. Like, not saying you gotta say anything to them or that's a necessity or anything. But like, you don't feel like man, like you don't ever feel like reaching out to them or nothing.
They should at least know. I feel like they should at least know
You're funny
Hey,
as shit.
Corey, bro.
You funny as shit.
Well,
Straight face.
why do you feel like that though, Corey?
But like I said, like I mean, I feel like our one common ground
It
is
don't gotta be that though, bro. Like that's something that you could talk to them about. Like I didn't talk to my little brother about my dad until he start experiencing some of the same shit that my dad put. I never put no bad thought into my little brother head about my pop. You know what I mean? Like my pop is my little brother Superman for a long ass time.
right.
For a long ass time, you know what I mean? But then when he started getting that, I'll be there at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? He getting the same shit that I was getting. He like, damn, like what's going on? Dad tripping, his dad doing this. And then I start dropping him off and dropping them jewels on him about the type of person that my pop was. But y'all don't gotta talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I met them in person again. I met them in person a couple of times, like when they was like smaller kids. But I just seen them recently, probably like a couple months ago, at a funeral, unfortunately. But even like beyond that, I don't see like what I mean the lines of communication really being there because I feel like it gotta go through him. Granted, since I've been talking to y'all on the pod. I have, what I mean, sent my dad pictures and stuff. I'm making progress there.
Nice.
What I mean,
Nice.
he actually just reached out to me a couple weeks ago, asking me how I was doing, just from what I mean, me starting that conversation, like y'all said, sending them pictures and stuff. So again, I'm being open to what y'all saying. I'll take this back, what I mean, to my inner round table, and what I mean, pencil this down. Maybe I'll start a conversation with them later down the line. But like I said, I'm a work in progress.
Nice, dog. I'm proud of you
I'm
for
gonna say,
taking
like,
everything one step at a time, dog.
So that's all I can do.
That don't gotta be the situation, though. Not to go.
I hear you.
That don't gotta be the situation, but I feel like they deserve the opportunity. Now, if they don't take advantage of it, then that's what it is. But
right,
you big bro.
I got other siblings too, and like I tried to reach out to my sister. She's like maybe like a year or two younger than me. I tried to reach out to her, and she don't want nothing to do with me because of my dad. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm big on family. So my dad has a daughter around my age. He got a son that might be 10 now, and I talk to him whenever it's convenient because no disrespect to his mom. It's just like I can't. It's a little awkward situation. You know what I mean? But I do send love every time she posts pictures and all that. So it's just letting family know that you're just still there. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta kind of live your own lives until it makes sense. You know what I mean? So I'm not upset at Corey. It's not like he ducking them or
he's not doing nothing wrong at all.
Yeah.
Like,
and to be quite honest, them niggas they live in a whole different time zone. My dad live over in Saudi Arabia.
What the fuck?
Huh? Yeah. That nigga
Hold the fuck up.
That ass. That ass.
What the hell is going on here?
Nigga, you ain't never
Yeah,
say that.
Bro, the story's so complex.
Loop of my life, yo. What?
The story's so complex, bro. With me and him, man, it take me a year to explain everything.
My boy said different times. I'm like, he must live in Cali or something.
Yo, I've never. Yo, what the actual fuck? Yo, wow.
Yeah, my dad,
me all the way up.
He been living in Saudi Arabia for a couple of years now. Yeah.
Why?
He said he just liked he Muslim and he liked the culture over there, and you know what I mean. It's closer to home for the Muslims. And he make money over there.
Saudi Arabia.
That is crazy, dog. Wow.
So
I ain't know black people lived in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like maybe it's like a religion thing. Like, I mean, it's more like
they probably
it don't matter.
Yeah.
Yo, this says so much about you as a person. How close you kept that to your jacket. He broke that on the pod. What? He broke that shit on the pod.
Hey, wild boy.
We are live. Y'all heard it live. That's crazy.
That boy think he's slick. You think he's slick. You got a little Saudi Arabian in your blood.
He look a little Ethiopian or something.
Yeah, something going on.
What?
Yeah, we got a lifetime to unpack
crazy,
a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, that's a bomb. He just dropped a bomb.
Yo,
we got a long time to unpack a lot of shit.
I lost my whole train of thought with that one.
Yeah, I don't even know what we was talking about.
I don't know how I ain't bring that up on the
this
first
is what we was
episode.
talking about. I don't know how neither.
That's a big part of it too. Yeah, nigga in a whole different time.
Well, to say this, if you were raised in a family that you got a sibling around the corner, a state away, if it makes sense for the both of y'all to just try to converse, do that. Like I got a brother in Haiti that, I mean, if I see him, I see him, but I might not never see. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean that I'm still not connected to him any kind of way. You know, so.
And you know another thing, and why I don't blame Corey for like the lack of communication on his end. Like I think bonding over trauma is weird.
It is, man. It is. That's why I say that's our common ground.
That's that's some weird shit. That's some weird ass shit. Like I can't.
Trauma bonding is definitely a thing.
It is.
That's weird. I'm not trying to laugh about none of that shit. We ain't gotta. What?
It is weird, but it happens. Though. Motherfuckers do trauma bond. Yeah, motherfuckers do trauma bond.
I feel like you have to have a certain level of relationship with a person to be able to even trauma bond.
Some people be needing that, or they be needing somebody to talk to them about that trauma. So that's like I can't fully call it weird because,
like, me and Wood could talk about like how drug addiction affected our lives in a pleasant way and a very unpleasant way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, for
but
sure.
It's
but
even because y'all already got a bond.
Even when I'm talking to my brother though, because like not my little brother, I got a brother we a day apart. We got different moms and shit. But it's like, man. That's my guy. Shout out to Don, man. It's like when we talk about our childhood and our trauma and shit, we joke about the shit. Like you know how y'all know how I am. I'm trying big anyway. So. Yeah. I wouldn't. That's kind of like trauma bonding too, because they'll tell you. My brothers will tell you, bro. My dad got all sons. I'm the favorite son. And they look at because I was supposed to be the firstborn, but my brother was premature. That nigga came out early and shit. But that nigga, I don't know. I don't know if he ever spoke to my pop on that type of time, like explaining like the shit that he went through, the favoritism that he felt like he was going through, like on the door and shit. But they tell me all the time, like they know what's going on. That shit fuck with me a little bit.
Side note, I want to have an episode about that though, because I told you we definitely got to talk about like the differentiating between the two kids, since we all got two kids.
That's a real thing.
It's definitely a real thing. Y'all think? All right, real quick, we're not even gonna stay heavy on it. Y'all think? Y'all like every parent has a favorite kid?
Yeah, be honest. I don't think right now in this stage, because they're not who they're going to be yet.
Right, but like, we're talking in general. I'm talking in general.
But let's ask each other this. Ask yourself, do you feel like your parents have a favorite kid?
Yes.
Damn right.
I'm the favorite. I see.
We talk about
my sister will tell you too.
My pop, I feel like I'm the favorite. Well, my mom, my little brother is the favorite by a mile. By a mile. Niggas know where Chadwick at.
Yeah.
Y'all know where Chadwick at, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I 9th grade to 12th grade, I lived in Chadwick. Bro, I couldn't drive my mom's car to Wawa. I know where Wawa at.
Wawa right there. Wawa right there.
But that's the big difference between a quick drive and a long walk.
Well, you feel me? And on top of all that, as soon as my little brother got his permit, he out there. My mom used to hit me with that. That's the only car I got, and you're not on my insurance. Like, what? I can't go to Wawa?
The youngest child always get their graces though. They be so tired after the kids before that, man. Especially if they have at least more than two. Like I know my mom got tired by the time she got down to my sister for sure.
I can bet.
Right? Get no ass like that.
Man, we definitely gonna weigh in on that on the episode, man. We got to talk about all that experience, man.
Yeah,
especially with us having two kids.
Before we get out of here, though, I kind of did want to touch on like, we still talking about the 2-parent household, but I feel like growing up in a single parent household had some advantages for me. At least now being an adult. As a kid, it sucked because I didn't get to do certain things. Like I wanted to play AAU basketball and go out and all that. But I feel like me being the parent I am today is like a direct correlation to how I was raised because I always kept my siblings with me. I learned how to change diapers at a young age. I tended to be more self-sufficient, more independent than people I was kind of surrounded by just because I had so much more
Had
responsibility.
to be.
Yeah, so for me those are some advantages, but who goes to say like I still wouldn't be able to have that with both parents. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like something you never fully know.
Yeah. You regret that? Like you regret that? Like the way that that's a question
That
for both of y'all. Do y'all
experience?
do y'all regret the way y'all was raised?
Nah.
Like do y'all wish
I
y'all was
feel
raised a
like
different way?
I feel like
Nah.
that's how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I think for all I know, it could be the way better way, the
Yeah, a
way that
way
it
better
turned
way.
out
Like,
versus like
Right.
what could have been. It could have been.
like, cause as a
Yeah.
kid, like when that shit first happened, like I really used to wish that my mom and dad would get back together and shit. Cause I seen how happy my mom was at a certain point in time. You know what I mean? And like if that consistency would have stayed, then maybe my childhood would have been a little bit differently.
You want to know something crazy though? As a kid, like so, I mean, obviously my dad was in jail, and my mom, I was with my stepdad. Then they had my little sister, so my mom and my stepdad was married. So like, me being, my last name is my last name. I'm the only one with that last name in the house. I remember
Mm-hmm.
it getting to a point in the house, like, damn, I'm thinking about it as a kid. Damn, can I change my last name too? Like, I wanted to feel like a part of that, like,
Yeah.
and like even like saying that now, it's like as a kid, I think it was just more so like feeling like we a family, but like why am I like kind of like the lone
Different.
wolf? Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh, wait, you and your sister don't got the same dad?
nah.
That is crazy. Y'all got the same face.
Same exact face.
Yo,
Nah, we don't got
what?
the
Copy
same
and
dad.
copy and paste, John, and y'all don't look like your mom. Well, your sister look like your mom, but I don't think you look like your mom.
I think I look like my
Yo,
mom.
that's crazy, bro.
I look like
That's
my mom and
crazy.
my dad though.
Mm.
Yeah, man. But like I remember
Wow.
that feeling as a kid. Like I remember I even asked my mom and my dad when I think she wanted me to ask him, like, for his permission, obviously. But I remember him feeling a way about that because he brought that back up to me. Like once I was an adult, he said that hurt him and shit. Understandably so.
That you didn't do it.
That I wanted to do it. Like I didn't do it. I
Uh,
never changed my
Oh,
last
you just
name.
saying your real dad
Yeah, my
felt the
real
type of
dad.
way?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
I thought
think
you were saying your stepdad felt the same way that you didn't do
nah.
it. Other way around.
Nah, yeah, my stepdad was always cool about the whole situation. Like, he ain't never really,
Yeah.
like, pressure me to, want to do that. Or, yeah, he never even made me call him dad. Like, still to this day, I
Right.
still call him Joe. Like, but,
Right.
in my mind, like, if you ask me if we out, I'm going to say that's my dad. Because that's just how it's always been. Yeah, you going to hear me call him
Right.
Joe, but that's my dad.
wow.
I feel you though. My
Wow.
stepdaughter joke. She joke around like that sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just let her play freely with that one because I can't like I'm hands off with that one. Like whatever you want to do, as far as like the dad situation, calling me dad and all that last names, like whatever you want to do when you decide to do it, go ahead. I'm not gonna feel no type of way regardless.
I think that's a good way to handle it, bro. Just coming from a kid that was in it, I think that's a good way to handle it, man.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to the two parent households, the single parents out here that's making it happen. Just I mean, if you're doing it solo dolo, I pray for you. If you're doing it with a partner, I pray for you too, because none of this stuff is easy, man.
Easy.
None of it is easy.
No sir.
Before we get out of here though, we did want to extend we're going to be posting just people sending us questions before we have our season break after episode 10. We will be sharing on one of these episodes questions and feedback relative to the pod, man. So be on the lookout for that.
So we doing with that. It's gonna be like a story, like questions on, and we just gonna go from there.
Nah, I feel like we could do either or, and we can share some on maybe one of these episodes, 8, 9, or
No. I'm
10
saying
before
like
we actually go.
I'm saying like as far as like we can talk about that after the episode.
Yeah, we could
Oh, like
put
how to
it,
submit them.
Yeah.
create a post.
That'd be easy.
Create a post if you want to put the questions under there, and then we could put it in a story if you want it to be like a private question. You don't want
That's
to
what I'm
say
saying. Like
you.
as
That's
far as
okay.
we got options. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
If you want us
absolutely.
to, say, hey, this question is from at XYZ. That's cool. We'll do that. But if you don't want it, if you want it to be like on some private type time, that's cool. We'll answer your questions. Give you some feedback. That's just our take. Yeah.
All right, man. So it's been a pleasure. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe.
Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Man.
All social media, man.
Thank you for the continuous love, man. And this has been episode 7. Ciao.
Let's get it.